Hello, fellow citizens of the globe. This is episode 3 on the Zoom Out podcast. A quick reminder, guys, I want you guys to like, subscribe, and share, and also hit the notification bell over and over again like a freaking psychopath. First on the agenda, it's the destabilization of the Middle East. Israel, Palestine, the countries that surround Israel and Palestine, these dictatorships, these monarchies, the civilian populations that reside in those dictatorships and monarchies, cities, regions, down to communities and families are dancing on pins and needles. They don't know if they're about to plunge into an all out regional war that might spill over into the globe. Like we discussed in the earlier episode, Mr. Netanyahu has completely obliterated the ceasefire. 75% of Gaza's population are women and children. And what does Mr. Netanyahu do in his moral mind, in his right mind, in his Winston Churchill-esque mind? He completely withdraws food, water, electricity, and fuel from the Gaza territory. While the whole world celebrated Ramadan and Eid, the Gaza were celebrating Ramadan and Eid without food, water, electricity, or fuel. They were being bombarded, they were being killed, they were being moved around from place to place, back to the same place. They were being bombed on top of their tents, on top of their soft tents. Again, the Israeli government is not even hiding this fact anymore. They are saying this is our policy. We're going to let no food, no water, no electricity, nothing into the strip. We're going to ethnically displace you. We're going to take that land. We're going to defensively hold that land for Israel's security. Mr. Netanyahu is, let's talk about Mr. Netanyahu. Mr. Netanyahu is the villain of this story. And believe me, mark my words, the history books will be written this way. He will go down as one of the most evil men that lived in the 21st century. Mr. Netanyahu, when he goes to bed, when he takes a shit, when he wakes up, the first thought that goes into his sick, twisted mind, and the first thought that pops out of his sick, twisted mind is, how do I get the focus off of Gaza and slap it onto the region and possibly Iran? If we can take Iran at the same time, we'll kind of settle with that because they kind of embarrassed us. They threw their ballistic missiles at us from thousands of kilometers away. They hit them center mass at our Nevatim air base, the most highly defended air base in the entire globe. So if we can take the focus off of Gaza and slap it onto the region in Iran, it works out for us because we can take care of that rodent, insect, roach, these roaches of a population called the Palestinians. Right? So Mr. Netanyahu is gambling with the whole region. He is gambling with the lives of a lot of people. I view him as, a gambler when they're about to make a bet that they can't afford. And if they lose that bet, their world, their lifestyle will be ultimately drastically changed, right? Mr. Netanyahu is about to make that bet. His wife can't save him, children, his friends, mom and dad can't help him, his friends and enemies can't help him. He has made that bet. He will see it through. He will go all in, no matter if he loses his kids, no matter if he loses his wife, no matter if he loses his home, even his country. Mr. Netanyahu is gambling with the lives of millions of people that might go sour, it might go bad, and Israel might be looking at a couple of 100 million Arabs that are very angry with them because of the way they conducted themselves in this brutal genocidal war. Now, let's talk about the hostages. The hostages are at a very dire situation. Under Netanyahu's watch, these hostages were taken. He fed Hamas. He fueled Hamas. He gave them weapons. He gave them money. He built up Hamas to divide the Palestinian population. So he can justify to the world, look at these terrorists. We gave them a state. Look at Gaza. Look how they act. They're unable to govern themselves. They're barbarians. They are just not normal human beings. So they don't deserve a state, right? That bet ultimately horribly failed on October the 7th. But again, coming back to the hostages. From the start and the creation of the Israeli state and the mothers of Israel has had this unspoken rule, this unspoken agreement that no matter what, If your sons and daughters are harmed, killed, or taken as hostages in the line of action, in enemy territory, in occupied territories, we will pay no matter what. No price is too small for us or too big for us. We will get those hostages home. We will get them back no matter what. Now, Mr. Netanyahu, because of his own political ambitions, because if he gets out of power, he will collapse from his prime minister post, and he will end up in an Israeli jail. Right, so Mr. Netanyahu, for his own political reasons, he's abandoning these hostages. Now, if these hostages are lost for whatever reason, even at the expense of the Palestinians, the Gazans, if they get kicked out of that land, if they get ethnically cleansed from that land, doesn't matter. If Netanyahu loses these 24 hostages, you are looking at a utterly broken Israel, a shattered Israel, a broken Israel, a humiliated Israel. They will be bursting at the seams. They will be infected. Their society is already so polarized against one another, against Netanyahu. If he loses these 24 hostages, this has never happened before, that an Israeli government has completely abandoned 24 hostages that were taken from the line of action as soldiers, right? They are soldiers. And that's why the Israeli mother trusts the Israeli state to hand over their children when they turn 18 to go brutally occupy these people for 75 years, living on their necks, humiliating at the same time, taking their homes, taking their land, brutally occupying these people for 75 years. Right? So again, if they lose these 24 hostages in the short term, even in the long term, Israel is done for. Israel is done, dusted, tits up, right? Anyways, guys, we need to speak up for the hostages. We need to speak up for these Palestinians. While the whole world celebrated Eid, these Palestinians were wronged by the whole globe. They were humiliated on Eid, the first day of Eid. Israel bombarded these civilians on top of 10 cities, displacing people once again for the 8th time, over and over again. No shame, no lies, mask off right there. Boom, bum, bam. We're not lying to you. We're taking their food, we're taking their water, we're taking their land. Do what you can. Anyways, guys, we need an end to this atrocity being committed live. We need to end this brutality. Thank you very much, guys. Till the next time, please like, subscribe, and share. And also hit the notification bell over and over again like a freaking psychopath. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.